Picture this: a dusty trail stretching to the horizon, wind blowing strong, and two bikes lined up side by side. On one side, the all-new BMW F 450 GS, backed by decades of adventure legacy. On the other, the bold and budget-friendly CFMoto 450MT. Now think fast. Which one would you trust for your next big ride? It sounds like a simple question, but the answer might surprise you. Because this isn't just about horsepower or price. It's about trust. It's about identity. It's about what a motorcycle means when you're out there alone. With a full tank and an open road, the BMW comes in with the weight of heritage. It's the name that defined the adventure bike category. And CFMoto? They're the unexpected challenger. Bringing in sharp design, a twin-cylinder engine, and a price tag that makes you stop and think. But does performance on paper really define the ride? Or is there still something to be said for legacy, ride feel, and real-world reliability? Today, we'll dig into every detail of these two machines. And by the end, you just might see the middleweight adventure class in a whole new way. Maybe you'll even realize the badge on the tank isn't everything. Right off the bat, the way these two bikes look says a lot about what they stand for. The BMW F 450 GS shows off that classic rugged GS vibe. Clean lines, balanced proportions, and a finish that feels premium. It's the kind of bike that looks like it's ready to take on the world. The riding position is dialed in. Tall handlebars, a well-shaped seat, and enough room to shift around on long rides. It's clear BMW designed this with both comfort and control in mind. Nothing feels out of place, and everything feels solid. Now the CFMoto 450 mount comes in swinging with sharp edges, a bold front end, and a confident attitude. It doesn't try to copy the BMW. Instead, it brings its own modern, aggressive flavor. This bike wants attention, and honestly, it deserves it. Swing a leg over it, and you're met with surprising comfort. The seat's a bit narrower, but the riding triangle feels natural. The tank gives your knees a solid grip, and the upright posture invites hours in the saddle, on or off the pavement. When it comes to finish, the BMW has the edge. Tighter panel gaps, richer materials, and a little more polish overall. But don't count CFMoto out for the price. The build quality is seriously impressive. It doesn't feel like a budget bike, and sitting on either one, you get the same sense. These bikes are built to go far. One does it with German refinement, the other with bold Chinese engineering. This is where the real difference kicks in, under the tank, in the heart of each machine. The BMW F 450 GS runs a single-cylinder engine built for simplicity, torque, and reliability. It's light, responsive, and gives you that raw mechanical feel the GS lineup is known for. Twist the throttle and the power comes on instantly. There's more vibration, sure, but for a lot of riders, that's part of the charm. It feels alive. It feels like a tool with purpose. Meanwhile, the CFMoto 450 mount comes with a parallel twin engine that delivers 43.6 horsepower with smooth, steady pull. It doesn't surge, it flows. Riding it feels more like a mid-sized touring bike than an entry-level adventure machine. That twin-cylinder setup gives it a calm, balanced feel. It's quieter, more refined, and great for highway cruising. In traffic or on winding roads, it's smooth and easy to handle. Off the line, the BMW hits hard. That single-cylinder snap gives it excellent low-end power. Great for steep trails, tricky switchbacks, and technical climbs. But when you open things up, especially with a passenger or gear, the CFMoto shines. It doesn't run out of breath. It pulls clean through the revs and holds speed with less effort. The F 450 GS is raw and punchy. The 450MT is fluid and composed. One connects you to the road with every pulse. The other makes the ride feel effortless. So it really comes down to what you want from your ride. Are you after that rugged, immediate power or the smooth confidence of a well-balanced twin? Both bikes get you there. They just take different roads to do it. Off the pavement is where adventure bikes earn their name. And when the road turns into gravel, rocks, or mud, suspension and wheel setup make all the difference between having fun or fighting the bike. The BMW F 450 GS stays true to its GS roots with a well-balanced suspension setup, long travel forks, a 21-inch front wheel, and trail-focused geometry make it a confident machine in unpredictable terrain. Even at a glance, it looks like it belongs off-road. The front feels light and responsive. Whether you're hitting loose, gravel, or navigating a forest trail, the GS gives you a clear feel of what's happening under the tires. It's nimble, even when the going gets rough. CFMoto wasn't playing around either. The 4.5 OM mount comes with KYB inverted forks, 200 millimeters of travel, and just like the BMW, a 21-inch front and 18-inch rear. That's a serious off-road spec, especially at this price point. On the trail, the CFMoto holds its own. The suspension is firm at the top of its stroke, but soaks up hits confidently. The front tracks well, and the bike stays composed over ruts, roots, and rocky climbs. Even though it's a bit heavier, the 4.50 mount handles itself with balance. The frame is solid, the center of gravity feels right, and the riding position works. Well, standing up or sitting down, both bikes are trail ready. The BMW delivers precision, light, and deliberate. The CFMoto brings stability, planted and forgiving. Neither one shies away when the dirt starts flying. The GS carries legacy. The 4.5 OM mount brings unexpected capability. And both are clearly built to get dirty. Now let's talk dollars, because this is where the playing field really shifts. The BMW F 450 GS is expected to hit the US market somewhere around $8,000 to $9,000 depending on trim and options. It's not outrageous for a GS, but still a serious commitment, especially for newer riders entering the adventure segment. Then comes the shocker. The CFMoto 4.5 O mount lands at just $5,699. That's right, a fully capable adventure bike with a twin-cylinder engine, long travel suspension, and off-road geometry for under $6,000. But low price doesn't mean low spec. The BMW offers all the premium touches. Traction control, selectable riding modes, ABS, a modern TFT display, and that signature build quality you'd expect from the German giant. CFMoto counters with full LED lighting, a USB charging port, hand guards, a windscreen, luggage rack mounts, and a surprisingly good digital display. Things you'd normally pay extra for on other brands come standard here. In terms of value for money, the 4.5 OMT is hard to beat. It packs serious features at a price that almost feels too good to be true. But the BMW brings more than just specs. It brings trust, dealer support, and long-term reliability, all backed by decades of adventure experience. So the real question is this: are you paying for features or for peace of mind? Specs and features are one thing, but how do these bikes hold up in everyday life? The BMW F 450 GS is agile in city traffic, with upright ergonomics that give you great visibility and confidence at low speeds. On the highway, it stays composed, smooth and steady, ready for long-distance travel without beating you up. The CFMoto 4.5 OMT feels just as capable. Its twin-cylinder engine runs quietly and efficiently, making it a pleasure to ride in town or on back roads. It's stable at cruising speeds and surprisingly refined for a bike in this price range. Fuel range is solid on both. The 4.5 OMT pulls ahead slightly with better fuel economy and lower expected maintenance costs, making it an ideal pick for riders who clock serious miles. Comfort-wise, both bikes deliver. Wind protection, seat shape, and riding position are built for hours in the saddle. It's more about personal preference than major differences. At the end of the day, either one could be your daily ride, your weekend warrior, or your full-blown adventure rig. By now, you've probably started leaning toward one of these bikes. Maybe the CFMoto won you over with value and features. Or maybe you feel more secure with BMW's proven reputation. But here's the truth. This decision says more about you than it does about the bikes. Because this choice isn't just about specs and stats. It's about the kind of rider you want to be. Do you chase legacy, or do you embrace innovation? Do you stick with what's known, or do you explore what's new? The BMW F 450 GS is exactly what you'd expect. Solid, capable, confident. It delivers performance with pedigree. Meanwhile, the CFMoto 450 mount is the underdog, showing up with serious engineering, real-world ability, and a price that resets expectations. And here comes the twist. There's no wrong choice. Both bikes outperform what their price tags might suggest. Both are ready for real adventure. And both deserve your attention, Doc. So maybe the best bike isn't the one that others say is better. Maybe it's the one that fits your story, your budget, your style, your next chapter on two wheels, Doc. Sometimes the right road begins the moment you step off the expected path. So now it's your turn. Which one would you ride into the unknown? The time-tested BMW or the bold, budget-friendly CFMoto? Drop your pick in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts and your reasons. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dive comparisons just like this. Got another matchup you want to see? Let me know down below, Dot. And hey, if you're curious how the 450 mount stacks up against the KTM 390 Adventure, stay tuned. That one's coming soon.